Hey guys, it's Queen Osset Haru, and welcome to another exciting edition of Ask An Aquarius. If you haven't already, please hit the red subscribe button and smack the bell. I want to thank you guys for all of the wonderful comments I've been receiving and the emails and the inboxes. Shout out mwahs to all of you and thank you. So I got a message from a Gemini, very sweet Gemini, nice girl. She told me she's in a relationship with an Aquarius guy. They get along for the most part. They've been together for 6 months. The only problem she's having with him is that she has a hard time getting him to compromise. She was like, Queen, he's so stubborn. And I laughed so hard because Aquarius are definitely stubborn. And she was like, how do I get him to see my point of view and compromise when we're having a situation? And I was like, man, oh man, the Aquarius is so stubborn. So this is what I do if I have to deal with an Aquarius. I try to appeal to their logic. If you appeal to our logic, you have a better chance at us responding favorably than if you don't. The Aquarius, it does have a lot of strong emotions, but we're very smart, we're very logical. So if you're trying to explain to us why one thing is better than another, if you got some evidence, trying to think of the word, if you have some evidence, then that is going to be good. If you can send me a link to something, some kind of journal or some kind of factual information, make sure it's not fake news, because the Aquarius is going to check it out. But if you can send me something that is logical and that backs up your statement, then 9 times out of 10, I'll change my own mind. You can't change an Aquarius's mind. I don't care what you do. The only person that can change an Aquarius's mind is the Aquarius. We have to see I was wrong. We have to see my method doesn't work. We have to see my theory is not relevant. We have to see that. You telling us that is not going to help. We're just going to ignore you. We're going to ignore you. We're going to think you crazy. Oh, she just don't know. You know, we're going to ignore you, you know. So what you want to do is that when you have a situation with your Aquarius and you're trying to prove something to him, you're trying to compromise with him, you want to give him some factual evidence. So I'll give you guys an example that she gave me of something that they have a hard time compromising over, okay? She said the other day they were talking about planning a trip. And she said, if we can't plan a trip, how are we going to name a child or buy a house or pick out a car, you know? Because she's thinking long term, and if we can't compromise now, how will we compromise later? Which makes perfect sense. So she said they were trying to plan a trip. He wanted to go to Atlantic City. They live in Philadelphia. She doesn't want to go to Atlantic City. She wants to go further away. She wants to go to an island or, you know, anywhere, somewhere she hasn't been before was the bottom line. She's been to Atlantic City. We've all been to Atlantic City. She doesn't want to go again. So she wants to go further. He doesn't want to spend the money because they're planning this trip for November and it's right before Christmas. So he doesn't want to spend all their money on the trip. He wants to go on a little weekend trip and save some of their money to do some things on Christmas, which to me and to him makes perfect sense. But the Gemini is like, look, I don't want to go to Atlantic City again, you know? And she's like, I can't send him any factual information. There's no kind of website I can send him that proves this point. And I said, definitely so. So in this case, you guys have to come to a compromise. What's important to the Aquarius in this situation is spending a certain amount of money. So find out what the budget is. He said he's willing to go to Atlantic City for the weekend. So what's the budget? Let's say he's willing to spend $400. Okay? Now you find someplace you've never been that you can spend roughly $400. So for example, maybe you can go to DC. Maybe you can go to Maryland. I love the Baltimore Harbor. So there's other options. Maybe you can go to Rehoboth Beach. I had a great time in Rehoboth Beach. So maybe you can look at a different option and spend the same amount of money. Your thing is you don't want to go to Atlantic City. You don't want to go anywhere that you've already been to. So look and see where you have not been to that you can get to with the amount of money that the Aquarius is willing to spend on it. Okay? Now, in this case, the Aquarius is not really hell-bent on going to AC. All he wants to do is go on a little trip and not spend too much money. So why don't you talk to him and say, hey, you know, I feel you on the budgeting thing. I agree with you 100%. But I just can't go to AC again, babe. Can we go to Ocean City? Can we go to Rehoboth Beach? Can we go to, you know, name off places that would be roughly around the same amount of money? And the two of you choose one of them together. You see? So it's all about, again, compromising, but taking into account what both of you want. The stubborn Aquarius has told you what is the part that he's holding on to. That's the part he's not going to let go of. But the rest of it will be able to be finagled. He's not going to let go of spending more money than he says he wants to spend. Okay? But it doesn't mean you got to go to tired old Atlantic City again. You can go to Wildwood. You can go to another place. You see, there's many other options in this part and that part of the world that you could get to for roughly around the same amount of money you would spend at a hotel for 2 nights in Atlantic City. Okay? So sit and do some research. Maybe find something on Groupon. Do some research and you more than likely will find something. Okay? I hope that helps. Thank you for your question. Bye-bye.